Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Town of Amenia board meeting, January 2nd, 2025. This is our annual workshop meeting where we basically do a whole bunch of contractual stuff and appoint people to, or just list all the people who are on committees and various things like that, hire consultants, and you will hear the rest very soon. So I think we should start by saluting the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, nicely done, everyone. Go ahead. Go on.
The exits are...
No, it is not here.
Just tell us.
I'll do it anyway. The exit, for all of those of you who haven't been here before, haven't noticed, is the door you came in and this door right behind Dawn.
Okay. So actually, the first thing I need to do is I'm going to present to the board. I have 2 resignations. So with regret, I'm submitting the resignation of Michelle Samoji. She was the bank reconciliation clerk for the supervisor's department, as well as from Francis Langsing. He was one of our longstanding Amenia Town constables. Is there a motion?
I'm sorry, what was
Frank.
Oh, Frank. Okay, thank you.
Is there a motion to accept those resignations?
I'll accept.
Leo?
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Rebellard?
Yes.
Pam?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay, so Ms. Ahern, would you be so kind to stand up? So this evening, Ms. Ahern is officially welcomed to the board as our newest elected town board member. So Ms. Ahern, do you solemnly swear that you'll support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of New York, and faithfully discharge the duties of town board member to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations, welcome back.
Congratulations.
Okay, so with that being said, I just do a quick roll call. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Here.
Ahern?
Here.
And let the record reflect that Councilman Winters did notice us. He's running a few minutes late.
Okay. Public comment. Judy, do you have anything for us this evening?
This is my New Year's present, no?
Wow. Okay, well, we will treasure that. Thank you. But we'll miss it nonetheless. I guess we will start with the first thing on our list, which is motion to accept Town of Amenia Rules of Procedure, Committee Guidelines, and Procurement Policy. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Blackman?
Yes?
Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern? Yes.
All right. I'll read a few of these until I get bored.
Okay.
Okay, motion to establish day, time, place for scheduled town board meetings. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Blackman?
Yes.
Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern? Yes.
Okay, motion to establish elected and appointed officials' salaries as noted. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
And just for quick argument, Supervisor, you're 27,212, councilpersons 6,462, sole assessor 34,273, justices 19,723, clerk 43,100, highway superintendent 72,053. Supervisor Blackman?
Wow, I had no idea you made so much more than me. Yes.
I'm going to go do roads next year. Council members Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern? Yes.
Okay, resolution, do we have resolution numbers on these?
We're going to start with number 1.
Resolution number 1, right, because it's a new year. Lovely. Resolution number 1 of 2025 to appoint Ian C. Linders, Esquire of Stenger, Diamond and Glass LLP as town attorney in accordance with the next resolution and proposal. I'll make that,
Leo?
I'll put out that resolution.
I'll second.
Yeah. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes?
Council members Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern? Yes.
Resolution number 2 of 2025 To appoint Shane J. Egan, Esquire of Capilino, Rothschild and Egan LLP for tax cert matters in accordance with the next resolution and proposal. I'll make that motion. I'll,
Move that resolution.
move that resolution.
And
I'll
thank you.
second. Oh, Brad did.
Brad already beat you to it. Supervisor?
Yes.
Councilmembers Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Resolution number 3 of 2025 to appoint George W. Lithgow, Esquire of J&G Law LLP as special counsel for Kent Hollow litigation matters in accordance with the next resolution and proposal. I'll move that resolution.
A second?
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay, resolution number 4 of 2025, ratifying approval of a memorandum of agreement to amend the collective bargaining agreement between the Town of Amenia and the United Public Service Employees Union, which is the highway crew. I'll move that resolution.
Second?
Supervisor?
Yes?
Councilmembers Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution number 5 of 2025, hiring part-time recreation supervisors. I'll move that resolution.
I'll second.
I had to look up who it was. I'm sorry, Nicole. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes?
Councilmembers Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept appointments and salaries as noted. All of this stuff is on the town website. If anyone is feeling nervous, you can see all of it at close range, rather than trying to understand the way we pronounce numbers. So again,
Just
I'll
because these
make
are
a-
numbers of our staff.
You want it read
Do you want me
out?
to, yeah, who wants to read these real quick? This one.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Nicole, you want to just go down the list real quick?
Do you want me
Start at the
to,
top, bookkeeper.
do you want me to read the whole thing or just bookkeeper?
Just
Okay,
bookkeeper.
just titles.
I was
can
trying
read?
to
Yeah,
save
we
you.
don't-
Yeah, bookkeeper, $30.90 an hour, alternate per diem bookkeeper, $25.75 an hour, bank reconciliation clerk, $542.81. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I'm on the right
Yep.
line. Treasurer for the water district, $4,434. Clerk for the Water District, $4,522. Director of Finance, $8,216. Typist of Supervisor, $18 an hour. Code Enforcement, $30.90 an hour. Building Clerk, $17.36 an hour. Building and Planning Clerk, $16 an hour. Tax Collector, $9,800. Register of Vital Statistics, $10 per transaction. Deputy Town Clerk, $18.21 an hour. Record Management, $16.85 an hour. Bank Reconciliation Clerk, $16.23 an hour. Secretary for the Planning and Zoning Boards, $19.25 an hour. Planning Board Chairman, $3,000. Zoning Board of Appeals Chairman, $2,150. Assessor Aide, $18,073. Real Property Data Lister, $20.54 an hour. Chief Constable, $23 an hour. Constables, $23 an hour. Justice Clerk, $19,759. Working Supervisor, $29.25 an hour. Highway Equipment Operator, $28 an hour. And there's 4 of them. Account Clerk Typist, $19.15 an hour. Custodian, $26.33 an hour. Recreation Groundskeeper, $21.91 an hour. And Recreation Groundskeeper, $18.58 an hour. Recreation Supervisors, $21.63 an hour. Audio Visual Technician, $10,940. Animal Control Officers, $10,522.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And
I'll
Leo
second that.
made that. You
Oh, I
the
made that.
motion. You
I'll
started it,
second
and Nicole.
So considering,
Super-
question?
Yep.
So considering that I believe Mike's already tenured his resignation, and
I'm sorry, who is tendered the resignation?
Mike
Mike
is here
Flynn.
through the end of
Oh,
January.
Mike Flynn, yes.
So,
It's a salary, so it's prorated monthly. He gets paid a monthly. All of the salary employees get paid monthly.
I see.
Does
Okay.
that answer that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's here through his letter that it was circulated was through the end of January.
Right.
So he's here this month. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Revillard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Winters?
Yeah,
Hey,
Welcome back.
welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for
I thought we
being.
started at 7.
No, you're good.
All right, motion to execute agreement to spend highway funds of $354,000, 939, wait, I'm sorry, let me do that again. 3,050,
300.
354, and that's my final offer, $939.25 in 2025. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Rosanna? Supervisor Blackman?
Hate those long numbers, yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Revillard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay. Motion to make the following appointments without salaries. I'll make that motion. What? You want me to read them?
Some of these you have to.
I'll read them.
Right, but no one's getting a salary.
Just so everybody knows who our
So
deputy
who are-
town supervisor.
Oh, okay.
That's
We're
fine.
going to want to honor her.
So deputy
She's right there.
supervisor is Rosanna Ham. Town historian is Betsy Strauss. Deputy ZBA chairman David, is it Menegat?
Menegat.
Menigat.
Menegat. And deputy planning board chairman Nina Peak. All hazard mitigation Leo Blackman. Records management officers Dawn Marie Klinger. Deputy tax collectors Erica Howard. And deputy registrar of the vital statistics is Erica Howard. I'll second that.
Okay, Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Revillard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay, motion to approve $1 million bonding for town officials. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Ham?
Do we need to read those?
And our officials are supervisor, deputy supervisor, our typist, our supervisor, our bookkeeper and our alternate, town clerk and deputy town clerk, tax collector and our deputy tax collector, code enforcement and the administrative assistants, planning, zoning, planning and our zoning board of appeals secretaries, our justices, court clerks, highway superintendent, working supervisor, as well as our constables. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Revillard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Motion to establish mileage reimbursement at the federal rate for calendar year 2025 of 70 cents per mile. I'll make that motion.
A second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Revillard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Wow, I like these motions. Motion to prepay bills by resolution, utilities, postage meter, copy machine maintenance, rents, debt service, credit card, ambulance, employee benefits, New York State retirement, and New York State unemployment insurance prepay. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Brad. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Revillard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay. Motion to name M&T Bank Corp., Bank of Millbrook, NBT Bank, and NY Class Municipal Corporation, yeah, it has to be corporation, the official depositories for town funds. I'll make that motion.
A second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Revillard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay, motion to designate the Millerton News as the official town newspaper. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council
along.
members Winters?
Yes.
Revillard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Motion to authorize all boards to use tape recorders for aid with minutes with the understanding that the tape does not replace typed and accepted minutes. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Revillard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay. Motion to accept town board appointments to standing committees, boards, and commissions as noted. I'll make that motion.
Now, you want these read?
Recreation Commission will be Ahern. Amenia Housing Board, Ahern. Enhancement Committee is Revillard. Conservation Advisory Council, CAC, that's Ahern. Emergency Response and Safety Committee is Revillard. Board of Ethics, Ham. Wastewater Committee, Winters. Industrial and Commercial Incentive Board is Revillard. Comprehensive Plan Review Committee is Winters. Planning Board will be Ham. Zoning Board of Appeals is Winters.
Discussion?
Wait, not done.
She's not done, though.
Water
What's that?
Committee is Ham,
There's more on
Economic
the-
Development Committee is Ham, and alternate to all standing committees is Supervisor Blackman.
Okay,
Second,
Second.
Brad?
conversation?
Now
Yeah, don't we
discussion.
usually, hasn't the previous town boards kind of rotated the different people do the different things, so we all kind of have an understanding?
Well, I
the
mean, I'm
different-
getting Housing Board, and I didn't have that before.
Well, I'm, the only thing that's changed for me is I got put on wastewater.
Right.
I'm just curious as to why we're not rotating it around. You know, Ms. Ham was on planning board last year, we're putting her back there again. Is there
Yeah.
a reason for that?
I mean, that never happened as far as I know, certainly not under Victoria in terms of moving things around. I mean, I was on the zoning board of appeals for a long time. I was on the housing board for a long time, so I don't think that's actually factually
I'm
correct.
just asking if that's something that we could consider for next year.
Yeah. I mean,
Did you request a position?
I'm sorry?
Did you request a position?
Did you
Did you
request a...
request something in particular?
No.
No, because
No, well, the only thing I suggested was maybe recreation, just for the simple fact that
because I did, but that somehow.
they might be getting
yeah.
construction this year.
Yeah, I
And
did.
I have all kinds of experience in construction.
Yeah. But I did, I was just curious why it didn't happen, but that's okay.
All right, I'll make that motion,
Yeah,
sorry.
oh, and it was seconded.
It was already seconded.
Okay, Supervisor Blackman?
Yes?
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
All right. I'm reading motions, and I'm going to let you all read resolutions, but I like the sort of speed of this. Okay, 23 is motion to designate emergency interim successors for Dutchess County Emergency Response. That would be council members Rosanna Ham, Paul Winters, and Brad Rebellard.
Second.
Oh, I guess I need to make that motion. Sorry, I skipped that.
You meant to say it.
That, you guys are so close. Supervisor?
Yes.
Council members
Yes.
Winters? Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
The next one is motion to appoint someone to represent the town of Amenia at the 2025 Association of Towns meeting in New York City.
Did we find out when that is?
You know when
It's
that is?
a President's Day weekend, so it's that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
say it a
in New
little-
York City, in February.
It's 4 days?
Well, you go down on Sunday, or you can take the
Oh,
train
I
out
see.
first thing on
Okay.
Monday, but the the training is Monday, Tuesday, and I think their meeting is the Wednesday morning, or
Oh,
the
wow.
Tuesday night.
Okay.
So I can take time if necessary, if nobody
Okay.
else can do it.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do all that.
And I can take time.
Anyone else? Look, it gets to be you, Paul.
Okay.
So
You know.
what happens is I'm going to do the affirmation and send it to them on your name badge. So I'm going to register you on Monday to go to AOT. So you'll get the information, and they're going to start sending you stuff and all of the things that
Do
they're
I
going to be
have to be
voting
there
on.
all 4 days,
You
or-
do not,
Okay.
but thank
good
you.
days.
Yeah.
Just the good days.
I'll be there the days it's important.
Dawn, they're not having it in
I'm sorry?
Albany this year, though?
This is a different, this is
town
AOT's meeting. The training in Albany is something separate,
Okay.
Yep.
Do you know?
Okay.
Do you know those dates yet?
not at this moment in
Okay.
time. It's in my, it's on my desk.
Okay.
Okay.
How far did we get?
We are in 25,
No, we are. Okay, that's exciting.
so.
Okay.
Yes, that you're going?
But we
He can
didn't
go?
vote on this, did we?
Did we
Yes.
vote on
I'm
24?
saying yes, he can go, yes? Say
Yes,
yes?
yes, Paul can go.
Winters?
Do you want me to reread it?
Rebellard?
with
Yes.
Paul? Oh, okay.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, motion to authorize the supervisor's bookkeeper to do pre-audit functions of vouchers, including math accuracy, checking for sales slips, delivery slips, and paid bills by municipal employee receiving goods, in addition to the town clerk's office reviewing all vouchers for monthly claims to be paid. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
26, motion to authorize a charge of $20 on each check tendered as payment and return for insufficient funds, including lost payroll checks. And I asked, and $20 is a maximum set by, I think, the state. So I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay, 27, motion to authorize the supervisor to make certificate of deposit and money market investments of available funds. Huh. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Ooh.
Ham? Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Rebellard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Okay, well, we're moving on to a new page and everything. Okay, 28, motion that the town board will perform the annual cash audit procedures as required in Town Law Section 123 and the Uniform Justice Court Act Section 2020-A, and is described in the fiscal oversight responsibilities of the governing board published by New York State Comptroller's Office for the Justice Court. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Winters?
Yes.
Grublar?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Groovy. Okay, 29, motion that all monthly bank reconciliations of town clerk and town bookkeeper be made by an outside party. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Winters?
Yes.
Grublar?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Okay, 30, motion that monthly budget reports are distributed to all department heads and the complete monthly budget report is distributed to town clerk for public viewing by the bookkeeper. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Winters?
Yes.
Grublar?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Okay, 31, motion that town board has the responsibility to authorize the attendance of all officers and employees at conferences and training sessions as required by General Municipal Law 77B.
I'll second.
Oh, I have to make that motion first, unless you want to do it this time.
It is the first word of every sentence.
Yes.
Oh,
Brad is seconding.
Yeah.
Supervisor
does that mean I don't have to read it or say it every time?
Supervisor
Okay.
Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Winters?
Yes.
Grublar?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Okay, how about doing this? I motion to accept the 2025 schedules for the Zoning Board of Appeals and the Planning Board.
Much better. Second.
That saves a lot of time.
And just so everybody knows, Planning Board is going to be held on the second and fourth Wednesday of the month at 7 o'clock, and our ZBA is going to be meeting on the third Monday of the month at 7 o'clock here in this very room. Supervisor Blackman?
Like this very room. Yes.
Councilmembers Winters?
Yes.
Grublar?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Okay. 33, motion to acknowledge the following members on the following committee boards.
My motion.
Thank you.
Oh, I motion.
It's nice, I like that.
Okay. Please tell me we don't have to read all of these.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're on the website.
That was you making it? You jumped him on that, or you?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Oh, I could second that. I mean, I think you earned that one.
I was
Okay.
just reminding you to say I motion.
Okay, that's true. That would
Okay.
be fine. Okay.
Supervisor, yes?
Yes.
Councilmembers Winters?
Yes.
Grublar?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Great.
Okay, motion, number 34, oh, no.
Yeah.
Yes. Motion the town clerk maintains custody of all original records, minutes, contracts, grants, and documents from the committees, boards, and vendors. I'll make that motion.
Second.
Supervisor?
Yes.
Councilmembers Winters?
Yes.
Grublar?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Okay, I move resolution...
Number 6.
Number 6, thank you, because I'd lost track from the other sheet. To appoint RBT as municipal CPA support in accordance with the next resolution and proposal.
I'll
Okay.
second.
Leo, Brad. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Winters?
Yes.
Grublar?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Okay, 37, resolution number, oh, wait, I'm sorry, it's 37. I mean, it's
36.
7. Wait, did I skip?
Resolution number 7 is,
This is resolution number 7.
You're on number
Res-
36.
Okay, but it's 36, okay.
That's where he is.
So we did that. So the next one is resolution number 8 of 2025.
No.
no, we didn't do 7.
We didn't do 7?
7
No.
is
Yeah, you have
36.
to read 36.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I move resolution number 7 of 2025, adopting fee schedule for the town clerk's office in accordance with the next resolution and proposal.
I'll second.
Supervisor?
Yes.
Councilmembers Winters?
Yes.
Grublar?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Great, I'll try this again. I move resolution number 8 of 2025, adopting fee schedule for the building department in accordance with the next resolution and proposal.
A second.
Supervisor?
Comment? Apparently, these haven't been changed in quite a long time. You told me that, too, didn't you?
They were changed.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were changed.
okay. Okay, building inspector said otherwise, but okay, that's good to know. But we should look at those anyway, just to make sure everyone's happy with them. Okay.
So Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Winters?
Yes.
Grublar?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern.
Yes.
Okay. I move resolution number 9 of 2025, adopting water rates for Town of Amenia Water District Number 1 in accordance with the next resolution and proposal.
A second?
Supervisor?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Repelard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution number 10 of 2025, adopting planning board fee schedule for Town of Amenia in accordance with the next resolution and proposal.
A second?
Supervisor?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Repelard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
I love this motion stuff. I even love this resolution stuff tonight. Okay.
So much easier.
Number 40, resolution number, don't tell me, okay, tell me.
11.
11 of 2025, adopting zoning board of appeals fee schedule for Town of Amenia in accordance with the next resolution and proposal.
A second?
Supervisor?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Repelard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay. 41, I move resolution number 12 of 2025, adoption of investment policy.
I'll
Second.
Ham? Supervisor?
Yes.
Winters?
Yes.
Repelard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay, number 42, I move resolution number 13 of 2025, constables authorized to carry identified firearms in accordance with the next resolution.
A second?
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Repelard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay, number 43, I move resolution number 14 of 2025, employing Town of Amenia 2025 Special Prosecutor Legal Services in accordance with the next resolution and proposal from Jason T. McIntyre, Esquire, Messner Reeves, LLP.
I'll
A
second.
Thank you, Nicole. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Repelard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay, number 44, I move resolution number 15 of 2025, employing Town of Amenia 2025 engineering services in accordance with the next resolution and proposal from John Andrews, P.E., Road, Soika, and Andrews.
A second.
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Repelard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Resolution number 16, I move resolution number 16 of 2025, employing Planning and Zoning Board of Appeals 2025 legal services in accordance with the next resolution and proposal from Dave Everett, Esquire, Whiteman, Osterman, and Hannah, LLP.
A second?
Supervisor?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Repelard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yep.
Okay, number 46, resolution number 17 of 2025, employing Planning and Zoning Board of Appeals 2025 visual assessment consultant in accordance with the next resolution and proposal from George M. Janes, AICP, George M. Janes and Associates.
Second?
Did I say, oh,
Yeah, sorry.
yeah.
Is that Brad?
Yeah,
Yes.
Brad seconded.
Thank you. Supervisor?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Repelard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay, 48, I move resolution 19 of 2025, employing a municipal financial advisor for calendar year 2025.
Oh, you skipped
18.
You skipped one.
47.
Did I skip one?
Why don't we move number 18 first?
Yeah, resolution number 1847.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, because there were two for the Planning and Zoning Board, sorry. Number 47, I move number 18 of 2025, employing Planning and Zoning Board of Appeals forestry consultant for calendar year 2025 in accordance with the next resolution and proposal from Christopher Prentice, CF, Lower Hudson Forestry Services, LLC.
A second?
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Repelard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Yes.
Ahern? Thank you.
Okay, sorry, number 48, resolution 19 of 2025, employing a municipal financial advisor for calendar year 2025 in accordance with the next resolution and proposal. I move.
A
So,
second?
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Repelard?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay. Item number 49, I move resolution number 20 of 2025, accepting agreement between Town of Pine Plain Shelter and Town of Amenia in accordance with the next resolution and proposal.
Second?
Supervisor?
Yes.
Councilmembers Winters?
Yes.
Repler?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay. Last resolution, unbelievably, resolution number 21 of 2025, accepting agreement between Amenia Historical Society and Town of Amenia in accordance with the next resolution and proposal. I move that resolution.
Second?
Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Councilmembers Winters?
Yes.
Repler?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Okay. What are we going to do with the rest of our evening? I think this is going to be our favorite meeting of the year from now on.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone have other matters?
Well, I don't know if it goes here or if it goes under town board comments.
Well, either way.
Either way, okay. So I would like to, since this seems to work pretty well, and in the name of transparency, we need to be able to get the agenda out more efficiently and timely, as well as resolutions. So I'm asking tonight, any thoughts on what the agenda might look like? Any items that you want on the agenda for the next meeting? Or that need to be on the agenda?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
In other words, in order to do this, in order to do it the way we did it, which
Yep.
is so speedy and lovely.
Yeah.
We need to get all of the resolutions out so people can see it on the website in advance. So we need to do the resolution sooner.
A week
So-
before.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
So the way we handled this, because this is the reorg, we handled this slightly different. But what you would want to do is amend your rules and procedures. And we can set it up so where we would have a consent agenda. And based on the prior meetings and conversations, I've actually started on putting that together to present to the board. Part and parcel to that would be setting up a schedule of when all the resolution, like last date for submission, when the resolutions have to be in. We'd have to have some schedule that is set up with that.
Yep.
And they would be kind of drop dead dates on when things could be submitted to be put onto the agenda. And there's some flexibility in that within the rules as we create them, but you would have to basically adopt a new set of rules.
So is it sufficient to say that we'll have that at our next meeting, resolution?
I will have, I can have a draft of rules to present to the board.
discussion.
But the board would have to, I would presume the board would want to review it before they
Okay.
vote on it.
So you'll send it to us, we'll review it, we'll discuss it at the next meeting, and then either approve or not approve.
Yeah, and if there's no, if the board says that's it, then we can approve it.
I think I did
Okay,
a
so
couple.
that's one item on the agenda.
Is that all? I have a couple things. Dispensary, where are we at moving forward with that? Getting things for public comment and all that?
It's set for a public hearing next
Your public
meeting,
hearing
right?
is
Yeah.
at the next meeting.
Okay.
It's been sent to the planning board, Dutchess County Planning, and our surrounding towns.
And, oh, yeah, you had to wait
So
for the
they have,
county and stuff like that.
yep,
That's
so they
right,
have
okay.
time to respond. So based off of your comments that you'll get on the 16th, it's going to probably, I'm anticipating he's going to recommend that you guys keep the comments open until your first meeting in February. That way you've had ample time to get all comments in. Based off of those comments, you'll either close the public hearing, or should there be a reason to keep
Yep.
it open, and then you'll go from there.
Okay. My next thing is last year,
Wait, just in addition to that, just a clarification. So it has been posted, or it will be come
It
up
was posted on the 20th.
on the 20th? Okay.
It was posted locally on our, and then that Monday it went on our website. So it was posted on the town clerk's bulletin board
Okay.
on the 20th. It was sent to the paper for publication. It went out to our Dutchess County Planning and our planning board, actually, as of this date, electronically, as well as we're sending it out in mail. So they'll have it next week when I sign my own return receipt card. So they've already had it, and I've seen multiple, I have it all returned, so I see multiple of our planning board members have already actually read it. So they know it's an item that they have to attend to.
Okay.
something that I started discussing last year was term limits. And also changing the supervisor's term from 2 years to 4 years. It seems to me that it's always been a struggle for the supervisor to have to run for re-election every 2 years, and it just doesn't make much sense to me. I feel like other town board members agreed with me on that. I know some of you have concerns about setting term limits, but at the same time, I think it's important that we do that. We should not have anybody sitting on this board for 20 years. So I guess my question is to the town lawyers, how do we begin this process now?
There was a vote on the supervisor position in 2016, and it was downvoted.
Okay.
So in 2016, there was a proposition on the ballot to extend from 2 years to 4 years. At the same time, it was for the town clerk.
Okay, so I asked the town lawyer how to proceed to do this. I was under the understanding that we could just do it here at the town board level.
No, you would have to, that has to go to the voters.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're changing term limits.
How do we make that happen?
So you want to do that again?
Oh, you mean it was voted down by the...
It was voted down by the voters in
Okay.
2016
Okay.
by a considerable
And it's
amount.
almost 10 years later, and I think possibly that the community has changed on their thought process on that.
Does it cost anything to have a vote?
Oh, yeah, you'd have to, there's a process for it.
Yeah.
There's a petition, you got to put together the
But I
referendum,
mean,
it's got to go out to a vote.
that would be at the next time we vote, right? We don't have to have a special election.
You wouldn't have to do a special election for it, but you would have to submit it. I could check with the Board of Elections. I think it needs to be in by like early August, I think is the deadline for it. I'd have to check it again. Off the top of my head, I don't recall that there is a schedule by which you have to submit it, it gets approved, and then it gets onto the ballot.
Okay, so I would say the first thing is to write down what your recommendation is for the number of terms and for the length of the terms. You already said that supervisor would change.
Yeah,
that to
12 years on the town board, whether it's supervisor or town board, or 16 years, one of the two, I don't care.
Okay, and then that would need to be voted on by the board.
And then have
Yeah,
the
and then the
community
board,
vote on it.
the board would, well, I think the board should vote first whether or not they want to proceed with it, and then I would start down the path of preparing it.
Okay,
So
so
is that something that we need to set up for the next town board meeting? Is it something that we have to do a proper resolution for, or how do we do this?
To authorize me to go forward just to do it, no. I think the board could just vote on whatever you present to them or whatever. I would put whatever you have, I would get that in
On paper?
writing. Yep, circulate that to the board, and you could do it by motion. You're just authorizing
Okay,
the
I'll
council
have
to
that
actually
ready for the next
proceed.
town board meeting.
Okay, great. Did you have other stuff?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, I had a couple of things for the next agenda. If I can open this up again. Employee carryovers, we have to approve.
We'll do that as a resolution.
Oh, we can do it as a resolution?
Next meeting.
Next time, okay, that was for next meeting, that's all. The charcoal kiln, so that may not be, require a resolution, it depends on where it is, I guess.
So I'm still working, through the holiday, I've made a number of phone calls to a number of different people on a number of different projects that are outstanding. And at the holiday, I got no response from anybody, so I'm going to re-follow up on a number of different phone calls on a number of different projects that we've been working on. Just been nothing over the holiday, so.
All right. And my secretary reminded me that when my confidential secretary left, that I promised that if she did both positions, she would get a raise, and I didn't do anything about that. When we put yeah, I know. So my goose is cooked, as it were. So I'm gonna ask that we have a resolution to vote on that subject. But that's all I have for next
Yeah,
meeting.
we definitely don't want you to lose your secretary.
Yeah, I mean, I might lose my life as well, so yeah, we definitely want to address that. Did anyone else have anything they can think of for our next meeting agenda?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, feel free to submit that, and you should submit it to Rosanna since I'm away next week, and she can start to put together a draft agenda.
So we have time to submit things along, what's the deadline before meetings to submit?
Oh, right, I guess we
So
need,
we're still operating under our old rules, and the old rules has always been, we try to get all our information to me by Friday. By Monday, we have the agenda finalized, and the resolutions will be out. We aim for Tuesday, but the information's been slow to get in. So if
Right.
I'm getting the information on Monday, resolutions may not be
So we're not
completed
changing
until
anything right now.
Tuesday or Wednesday, yeah. So we need to try to, get the information ahead of time, then I can prepare everything, but as...
well, we'll need to make a schedule for that if we're going to,
Correct, that's part of like, when we draft our rules, I'll put in a new schedule for that.
Okay.
And I'll lay all
okay,
that out.
great.
I had something that didn't need to be on the agenda, but before we get into anything else, because it was part of the motions we made, the Amenia Housing Board that I'm now going to be on, when do they meet?
Ooh, that's a good question.
The third Thursday of the month.
So it's not on a town board meeting?
It is
They
the town
meet
board
just
meeting.
before the...
Okay,
6
so-
o'clock.
Yeah, so I really don't think committees should be able to meet on board meeting nights, because, for instance, Brad, how many times did you make it to a wastewater meeting?
Quite a few before I was asked not to.
You were able to make to them? I'm just afraid I'm not going to be able to be present when we have meetings that
Well,
start
when
at
we
6
interview
more than
people,
half the
you
time.
wouldn't be able to do
Yeah, so it's difficult to be a part of a liaison to a committee when I can't be there because I have to be here.
By the way, they have no authority to do that.
Oh. But you stopped going anyway?
Well, I didn't want to throw myself into the fire at the
No,
time.
no, you wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want that. All right, so let me see. So I guess the issue is, I think that those committees were set up that way specifically so that board members, it would be easy for board members because they're coming here anyway. But the problem is that, we often we often start early.
I mean, since I've been on since last year, yeah.
Yeah, you've been doing that a lot.
But, I mean, if that's not what we intend to do every meeting, but I don't know, I
No,
guess
that's
we could feel it
perfectly
out.
reasonable.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
because I didn't think you were able to make it to many because of that.
No, I did. I was making a lot of them, yeah.
Okay.
More than some of the members, actually, or committee members.
Yeah, I think they're
Okay.
not having one tonight because the members, they didn't have a quorum, so.
Oh, okay.
I think
Wastewater
that's
was
been a
canceled
problem, too.
tonight.
Yeah.
Wastewater, yeah, because wastewater's the other
Due
one
to
that
the lack of a
meets on a, okay.
We had a Zoom meeting today.
What one?
We had a Zoom, right, with the engineer?
Yes, yes, that's true. Okay, so
Anymore.
time,
I don't think you can do that
There's no
anymore.
more Zoom meetings. You
And-
want to go over
No,
open
it was just a
meetings
meeting.
law?
no, it
It wasn't an official meeting.
No, it
But
wasn't
that, in
official.
general,
Yeah.
open meetings law,
Just information.
for the liaisons to understand what they can. No, this is good
That I
for all.
understand.
Huh?
That I understand.
It's not part of our policies and procedures. There's no more Zoom meetings. We're not participating from Zoom meetings. Our volunteer committees
For
either.
committee meetings, you're saying?
That's
Yeah.
correct.
So this
So all
wasn't-
committee meetings are subject to open meetings law. So they would be required to post all their meeting dates and times. They have to be in public places. They have to have quorums. They have to have minutes. All of that would be required.
And meeting with the engineering doesn't fall under a committee meeting?
We meet with the highway department too, by Zoom.
They had a meeting today with the wastewater engineer.
It wasn't with wastewater engineer.
Ian, I think the question is, are these official meetings
Right.
they're
So
having?
if
Are they just having conversations at the restaurant, or are these official meetings?
So
Exactly.
who's going? How many people are going? Is business being conducted? I mean, these are items that would kind of constitute what that meeting is and what's being established. So if
Well,
there
it's
are
basic-
meetings and things happening, perhaps we should talk about what that
Yeah,
is,
because
what
like,
that means.
did any other board members besides Rosanna and Leo know that there was a wastewater Zoom today?
no, because we couldn't be on it unless it was an official meeting. I mean, we couldn't have more people on it than two.
No, what I'm saying, like, we didn't even know it took place.
Oh, okay.
If it's two people having a Zoom meeting, and I don't know what the composition of that committee is specifically, how many people are on it, but if they're establishing a quorum and doing business, it should be a noticed meeting, just like you guys are subject to. Same rules.
Okay.
Okay.
Because there wasn't no quorum. I mean,
It wasn't a
it wasn't
quorum
a
meeting.
business meeting. It was just, it's like when we meet with the engineers for the highway department, or the garage.
Right.
You're not discussing business?
If it's not a
Well,
quorum. if
we're
it's-
discussing,
yeah, like if you have a council member who meets with somebody,
Changes the thing.
that's not an official meeting. It's what establishes an official meeting. Once you have an official meeting, then you're subject to the open meetings law.
What establishes an official meeting? This is what we're...
A quorum.
Yeah.
A quorum of people together discussing public business. if you got together for breakfast and there was no business being handled or discussed, then that's breakfast. But if a quorum of this board gets together and they're discussing business, that's an open meeting.
We
That
have
should
had
be
breakfast together, but we've been very careful about what we say. But this meeting was to go through what the procedure is, with the engineers that wrote the map plan and report, what the next steps are, with the committee chair, and Roseanne was interested in that, and I. So that's what the composition was, plus the engineer and the lawyer.
So, how many people are on the wastewater committee?
How many people are on the wastewater?
How many are on that?
Five.
5. So we had one person from wastewater on it.
Right,
We had 2 council members on it.
Right.
Meeting with the engineer.
right.
I don't think you've established an official meeting.
Okay, yes?
I did have one thing. Did anybody ever get back to Jennifer Fimble from the county's ag navigator? She sent an email to us.
Really?
Yeah, so she's interested in, I have been tossing around the idea of town meetings open to the public, farming community, and other municipal to answer questions and dispel myths about ag and taxes.
Huh.
If you look up her, she sent us an email from her
Yeah.
official county.
Jennifer
Fimble.
Thimble.
I think that, I thought that was, I told her to reach out to the town board as a whole.
Okay.
I thought it was a great idea because
And I
there's
sent
always a lot of
information.
questions
I sent that
from the
information to the
community.
planning board, because I thought the planning board might be interested as well, because they...
I'm sorry?
I sent the information to the planning board as well, so that they might be interested, since there's a lot of development and stuff going on.
Okay, yeah, so if you could reach back out to Ms.
Yeah. I mean, I'm away next week, so it probably shouldn't be me. Certainly do that.
I mean, you can,
Or I can do it
you
when I
can
get back.
send her an email at any
Oh,
time.
yeah, I can send her an email. What a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right, I guess, any other matters before I do goals? So, supervisors' goals for 2025. We've actually made some progress on infrastructure projects in 2024, but in 2025, hopefully we'll complete the construction drawings for the highway garage and bid it out this summer, produce the engineering drawings for the first phase of the water district improvements, petition residents for the downtown wastewater district, finish construction of the sidewalk to Beekman Park, and thank you to our budget director, Charlie Miller, for his help in pushing these projects along so far and so quickly. The appearance of our historic downtown, we're working with the Bank of Millbrook, or actually the Enhancement Committee is working with the Bank of Millbrook to improve plantings at Fountain Square. But the repair of the paving plus electric and plumbing lines below is probably going to fall to the town. So that needs to be sort of drawn up and sent out, or we need to get quotes for that work. But if all goes well, that would happen this spring. I need to work with New York State DOT about issues on 22 and 343 to make our sidewalks more pedestrian-friendly with crosswalks and speed warnings. That's been something we've been talking about for a whole year, and I just have not found the right person at DOT, so that is something I will have to focus on in January.
Can I make a comment on that?
Please.
I meant to make a comment on it before. When I was coming to the meeting, down there by the Montes, that crosswalk, there seems to be no light, or a light is out, because I didn't see this guy crossing, he was dressed all in black.
Oh, God.
And, you know, I mean, you're going 35 miles an hour, but it was really kind of scary. So there definitely needs to be more lighting down in that area if we're going to have people crossing there.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I want to support the Enhancement Committee in the terrific plantings at the Main Street intersection, on Main Street in the intersection, and also they did great work for the Christmas trees, so I want to continue for them to work with the Amenia NY Community Organization and REC, once REC gets formulated on that stuff. 2025 will be awaiting the opening of a new bakery by Silo Ridge in the space where it never opened, a potential new restaurant at the Old Montes, and to welcome Le Jardin, our new flower shop. and Panacea, a new restaurant up Route 44. We hope to attract more new businesses by creating an economic development committee, and enhancement is proceeding with a plan for the center of Wassaic to add greenery and sidewalks. Condition of Town Hall. Starting this winter and spring, we're going to be making essential paint and electric repairs, both in and outside Town Hall, including better exterior lighting or safer exterior lighting. Now that the gym floor has been repaired and refinished, it's time to restart the community kitchen project, which is off of the gym. For emergency food and shelter, senior lunches, cooking classes, and startup food vendors. That means actually building the community kitchen as a first step, which will do those, which will hopefully support those other things. The farmers market will definitely reopen this spring in the parking lot with an assist from Wade McEnroe and a few Silo Ridge residents. I'll push for new programming in our underused auditorium. Activities for seniors and teens. We have 2 Newport recreation supervisors starting next week. NEC has loosely occupied a room on the 2nd floor, but I'm hoping they will all work together to make after-school programs, including music and arts and exercise, plus finally making senior swim a regular event. Since Amenia Green may take a while to make happen, I hope to push the rec committee to focus on upgrades to Beekman Park in the meantime. The new play equipment, we know we've talked about already, and possibly a dog run, basketball court, cleaned up walking trail, but there are some things that could be done pretty cheaply, I think, in the interim. Communication with residents. So the board heard your concerns about not knowing what is happening at Town Hall. The planning and zoning boards have already moved into this room where the meetings are being televised. We expect to start an AV tech renovation of the equipment used this spring. We've already approved an LED sign in front of Town Hall to advertise meetings and events, including by rec and our fire companies, and a new website vendor who will correct the difficulty you may have had finding information there. Both will also have emergency notification capabilities. In other words, both the website and the LED sign, and will be operational by summer, or sometime during the summer. I've maintained an open door policy in my office for the last year, and I hope in 2025 to come up with a system to better record complaints that come in and how they're resolved. Money matters. The bookkeeper says that we have never had this much of a fund balance at year's end, which I found pretty shocking. Much of that is likely due to a suggestion from the budget director to invest the bank funds into a New York State sponsored and guaranteed account that's brought us $80,000 in interest this year. I intend to ramp up our grant applications in 2025 as we now have shovel-ready projects. Our water operator, VRI, has been less expensive and more knowledgeable than previous. We're getting close to resolution in court of the very costly Silo Ridge tax assessment lawsuits. We've also been negotiating and actually resolved negotiations with the Highway Workers Union and our emergency medical provider for 4-year contracts. Despite scary initial proposals, I think that the numbers that we ended up with will be fair to the town and the workers, and all that's on the website now. The thing that I managed to forget was housing. Hudson River Housing, who we've been working with for way too many years, like 6, has finally got a project that I think is actually viable in town. It's on a piece of property on 22 opposite Freshtown, and it would be individual houses it's a complicated thing, but they're going to be presenting to the planning board soon, but it will be individual owner-owned houses, which I think should be less objectionable on the last project. And stay tuned for more.
I think that's a wonderful, I want to just comment on that. There's 28 homes, $250,000, $300,000. If the community looks at what kind of homes have been built here the past 5 years, I don't see any houses being built at $250,000, $300,000. What I do see is a lot of $500,000, $1 million homes. What we also have coming before the planning board are more $1 million homes. So if this community really wants to stay about keeping local people local, I would think the community needs to get behind this and support this project. It works on 2 levels here. It provides an opportunity for our young people to be able to purchase a home, and it protects, a little over 60 or 50% of that property as a farmable piece of land in the future. I know when it was first initiated, brought out, there was a lot of angst about it, but I think the community needs to kind of consider this, because otherwise we're going to get pushed out. And it's just going to be more million-dollar homes that get built. That's all.
Thank you, Paul. I also wanted to mention that we definitely need rental apartments that are affordable, but this sort of came together first, so hopefully we can get that going before too much longer. Of course, it would help to have a wastewater system downtown, but the two things are not necessarily mutually exclusive. Anyone else have anything they want to say?
Yeah,
All right.
I
You
do.
want me to-
You do?
I do.
Okay.
So two things.
Can I cut you off?
Oh, go ahead.
There is one goal
Good.
that I'd like to see a resolution for this, probably the most costly lawsuit in the history of Amenia, and that is the Kent Hollow project. And so the board is really working diligently to come to a resolution on that. This has been going on since 2017. That's it.
Okay, thank you. So good luck with that board, since I can't attend meetings.
What's that?
With the Kent Howell lawsuit.
I think that's close to the resolution,
Good.
finally.
So
Okay,
no-
Dawn, I think you have the floor.
Okay, so just two quick things. Just wanted to give a special shout out to Michelle and to Frankie, who have tendered their resignations and were accepted earlier this evening. Both of you have served many dedicated years to the town in different ways. Michelle, you were an elected official, was so excited to be part of the town. You remained on as an employee, so thank you for your many years of hard service and just being here with Amenia. And Frankie, having served with such professionalism in the courtroom, it was always a pleasure to have Frankie. When you walk in and he being one of the constables on duty, it was true a pleasure, and you felt safe and secure. So it is going to be an absolute void here in Amenia, not having Frankie being one of our own town residents who gave back. So losing him is a big deal. But I do have to throw on that favorite hat that everybody loves to hear, is that I'm your tax collector. So I have to read this notice twice at a public meeting. So please take notice that the tax roll and warrant for 2025, that I, Dawn Marie Kligner, the undersigned collector of the town taxes for the town of Amenia, Dutchess County, and the state of New York, have duly received the tax roll and warrant for the collection of taxes within the town of Amenia for the year of 2025. And that I will attend 4988 Route 22, Amenia, from January 2nd, 2025 through February 28th, 9 o'clock in the forenoon to 2 o'clock in the afternoon each day, excepting Friday, Saturday, Sundays, and holidays for the purposes of receiving taxes on the said roll. Please take further notice that the taxes may be paid on or before February 28th of 2025. On all taxes received after such date, there shall be an additional 1% for each additional month or fraction thereof until such taxes are paid, or until the return of the unpaid taxes in the county treasurer pursuant to law. So between now and February 28th, there is a 0% penalty. March 1st through March 31st, 2% penalty. April 1st through April 30th, 3% penalty. May 1st through June 2nd, 4% penalty. June 1st until the settlement with the county treasurer, 5%. In addition, after May 15th, a fee of $2 will be added for each parcel. Please take further notice that pursuant to the provisions of the law under the tax roll of the town of Amenia, will be returned to the county treasurer of the county of Dutchess on the second day of June. This was dated as of December 27th. It was a Friday, the date that the taxes were received by myself personally, posted and mailed out. So tax collections has begun. I know it's a hard time of year to even talk about that. You may go to our website, www.ameniany.gov. On our very top, you're going to see Pay Online. Select that box, and you'll have the option to pay your taxes online. Not only pay your taxes, you can print your receipt as well as view your taxes and go back as far as 2008, the history of all your taxes. So please use that website. It is very user-friendly. Check payments, credit card payments, or you can stop it in the office during regular hours.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
I wanted to explain to the people who arrived late that we had set the meeting at 6 because these tend to be very long meetings. I don't think we've ever had a 1-hour-long meeting before, so no one's more surprised than us. But we tried to, for the first time, to do a consent agenda where everything was published in advance on the website for people to see. And then we got to read that in advance and just read the titles to each of the resolutions or motions. So we're going to investigate doing that more, but with more notice to everyone in terms of when the things are
We're
going to
going
go
to
up on
strongly
the website.
recommend that we do it more. It was much simpler for everyone.
And I didn't even drink my whole glass of water. So. So anyway, that's what that was, and because it's only been an hour meeting, I guess we can have a second public comment session if anyone came here with that in mind.
Ms. Moran? No.
Wait,
Come on, Ms. Moran. I know
George,
you always have something to say.
After George.
Hello, everyone. My name is George Bestranson. I live at 3498 Route 343 here in Amenia. I'm a little confused about the process of referenda and the petition that are going on. I wonder if you could be willing to give me some advice or answer these questions for me. For the permissive referendum, I actually have a form that I took. I based it on something that was online. I'll give this to you, and I just wonder if you'd let me know if this is complete, if it needs any more information on that. It's my understanding that you need 5% of the last governor's race, which was in 2022, of the people who voted here in Amenia. That was 1,448, so that would be 73 signatures. It's my understanding that the signers must be registered in Amenia. Is it true that if someone makes a mistake in signing their name or something like that, that the whole page is invalid? I'd like that to be verified. Does this referendum petition need to be notarized? Online, it just said that it was the same procedure as collecting votes for an office.
I don't think so.
Does the person asking people to sign the petition have to be registered in Amenia, or are there any other requirements?
So it's my understanding, because I did look into that, because I know I had a lot of community members wanted us to do a public referendum on the bond that we took. It is 5% of the last presidential election. I don't know if that would apply.
Governor's election.
Oh, governor's election, I'm sorry, governor's election. It's my understanding that, no, it does not have to be notarized. It's just like if you went out, when I went out and collected petitions to be placed on the ballot.
You're getting dangerously close to legal advice, and I would advise that you do not
Okay,
provide
so,
that here. Those are legal questions that should be asked of counsel.
If you send me a if you send me an official email, I can reach out to the, what is it, again, the town of associations, and ask their lawyer, the lawyer there. They will give me advice on that.
It's important that we know this procedure if we're going to participate in the democracy here. I mean, I don't see why. Anyway,
Well, I'm trying to
let me
help
just
you.
put my, okay, thank you. But let
Just
me
send me an
go
email,
through some
and I'll
other
reach out
things
to
so
you.
that everything is out there.
So
The other thing is that the petition has to be from 30 days that the law is voted, right, and not from when it's published. Correct?
I think, where did you get that form from?
I based it on something that was online.
Online where? Where'd you get it from?
I don't remember.
Was it the county? Was it the state?
I think it was the state.
That's who you need to ask these questions to, not us.
Well, I
Because in
think
other
we
words-
all need to know in this community how to form a petition.
I've offered to help.
You're actually requesting legal advice. You would have to obtain counsel to indicate
To
how to
do a
proceed.
petition? You can't tell me?
Yeah, it's not us that you would ask that.
Or just ask the state. I mean, you got that from the state. We don't, I mean, it's not, the rules aren't made at the town level.
If you call the Dutchess County Board of Elections, they will have all the answers for you. It's very simple. Their phone number is listed right there. Any time I've had questions, I've called them, and they've
But
helped
we
me.
submit this to the town. So I want to make sure the town doesn't say, oh, you didn't follow the procedure right. So
But
this
what-
should be
what I'm-
published, and this should be,
what I'm-
everyone should know this.
I believe
don't
it has
think
to.
it's
I
legal.
believe it has to be
It's actually-
delivered to the Board of Elections.
It's actually statutorily driven. It is all laid out in the statute. You would require legal counsel to advise you and navigate that process for you. For this board to advise you as to those topics would be, in my opinion, inappropriate in providing legal advice.
But Ian, we're talking about New York State makes this determination.
All right, I have some other
These-
questions,
yeah,
if
these
I
are-
will.
This is all
The
state.
other thing that's going on is that it seems to me there's a petition for the wastewater district. I've never heard of this. It sounds like you need a notary to get signatures. It sounds like it's counted differently than one person, one vote. And how does it work? I'd like to know. Can a non-registered person who's not registered in Amenia sign the petition? I mean, if he's a landowner here, does that give him a right to sign the petition? Is the vote based on assessment somehow? How's that? I'm completely lost, as you can see.
So have you ever
vote by property? Is the vote weighed by assessment? Does that mean that if you have more money and more land, you get more votes?
I can answer
How
your-
many signatures are needed, and what percentage of the assessment?
George, I think it would be worth looking at the wastewater committee website, which I think has answers to most of what you're asking, because they would be the ones that would have.
I'd like to have the information broadcast through the town so that everybody knows what's going on and knows, you know, what this process is.
attend a
I mean,
wastewater
we do live in
committee
a democracy, and it's important that this information gets out.
Attend a wastewater committee. That's all you have to do.
Meeting.
A meeting. Go to the meeting. That's what those meetings are there for. It's for the community to come out and get the information that they need.
I think this board has a responsibility to give us.
I mean, the question I have in my mind, would a mailer, a precursor be in order to explain to people that this is coming and, you know, informationally what it's about?
Well, the conversation we had with the wastewater engineers today was about what the steps were, and public outreach is one of the steps. So I think that, you know, they're hoping to put that information out. Oh, there you are. They're hoping to put that information out in the next couple of months.
As a mailer?
What?
As a mailer to the...
As a mailer, yeah.
Yeah.
And also to have public hearing. I mean, like, not a public hearing here, but like a public meeting.
So it'll be information and explain to people how, you know, what the form is coming and...
Yep.
Okay.
But it is, I mean, but it is and has been for a long time on the wastewater committee website, because they actually had a number of public meetings, and they put all this stuff out so that people...
One of the
would be able
reasons
to
we're
see it.
having our website redone.
Yeah, there's that too. Okay.
But
I am not,
the wastewater is different than a general one, because the wastewater only impacts the people that are in the wastewater district.
Right.
Right.
I mean, and you know that, George, right? That only the people that are in the wastewater district get to vote on it, because they pay for it. It's not the whole town.
Not the whole town.
so to be clear on process, I do not represent the town of Amenia on this project. There is separate counsel on this project. In broad strokes, and I do believe this information has been provided by the wastewater committee already and is probably available somewhere. There are essentially two different ways that you can create a district. One is on a petition from the town board. That one would be subject to a permissive referendum. The requirements of what is necessary for a permissive referendum would be on the individuals who are seeking to challenge it. It would be their responsibility to determine that. With regard to, that's one way to form it. Another way to form it is on petition from people in the district, which then requires a certain number of individuals to sign on, residential individuals to sign on. And by doing so, then I believe it's 51% of the individuals of the residents in that district need to sign the petition. And if so, then that would circumvent the requirement for a permissive referendum. Those are two different avenues by which you can form a district. And my understanding, although I'm not part of that project, is that they're looking to do it from, not a petition from the board, but a petition from the people within the district.
If you go to the town board website and you go to the wastewater committee, right? Because we have all the different committees. I very quickly found all the information you were asking right there on the town website. It's there. It's open. It's available to the public.
When you say 50% of individuals in the district,
It's 51.
is that registered voters? Is that property
I
owners?
think you should look on this because it's
Yeah.
all spelled
It's-
out. I mean, we're just going to be, you know, using our memory. I think it would be much better to see
If
what's
you go to
written.
the wastewater committee town board website All your questions, or attend a meeting, all the answers are right there. All the different questions that you asked.
Well, maybe you could just tell us now.
Well, George, this wastewater project has been discussed for 3 or 4 years. There've been a lot of public hearings. They did a mail survey to everyone in the district. They knocked doors in the district. I mean, there's only so much we can do. And if people don't attend those things, it's kind of their own fault. I mean, you can find all this out now if you want to, but there has been a lot of outreach in the last few years about this issue. So, if you want to do a quick catch-up, I think looking at the website is the best way to do it.
It's just as important for voters in our community to be participants in our community and in our stuff.
Okay. Judy, did you have something?
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to force you, Judy.
So much for resolutions, right?
Just in the last 10 minutes, there's been a lot of incorrect information discussed. So it's not easy to find. You have to plow through statutes that are written by lawmakers that, in my opinion, just as tax laws are written to provide jobs for accountants, statutes are written to provide jobs for attorneys. It's difficult to sort through and figure it out. There has been, and I think there will be, information when this petition is carried around, and I'm happy to meet with you outside and give you my results. And look, I'm not a lawyer. I just speak English and read English, so I've gone through a lot of it. It's not a matter of residents in the district, it's a matter of property owners in the district. Every property owner gets 1 vote. If there are 3 people who own 1 property, that's 3 votes. If one person owns 7 buildings, they get 1 vote. So it's not as simple as a normal, what you would think of a normal election is. But all of this information should actually be provided before a petition is taken around. Because if you're going to ask people to sign a petition, they have the right to sign it as an informed voter, not as somebody just sticking it in front of your face and saying, here. So I suspect a lot more will be made for outreach, and as I say, I'm happy to talk to you outside and let you know what I've learned by trying to look it up. And as far as the petition on referendum, there is one thing I have to check. I'm not sure you actually have to be a registered voter. You need to be a registered voter when you are signing a petition for someone to run under a party. I don't think you have to be a registered voter. You have to be a qualified elector, which doesn't necessarily mean you have to be qualified. But I do need to call up the Board of Elections and see. But again, I'm happy to share what I've learned from that. I don't quite understand why. Well, I'm going on and on, but I don't understand why the state doesn't make it easier for people to get this information. The idea that you should have to pay an attorney in order to try to exercise your actual rights to question, to put something to referendum, strikes me as pretty crummy, but that's the way it is right now.
The petition versus the referendum, I was in the committee at the time whenever this was decided. We researched it exhaustively, and we found that it was more democratic and representative to have the petition route versus the referendum route.
Because the votes are counted differently. It depends on, property owner versus resident, and it gets complicated with commercial buildings. And all of that stuff is there, but I think that there are probably links to that if you go on the website. And George, I'm sorry, because I'm just, I've been working on housing, affordable housing and wastewater for a long time, so I'm just, not that I'm sick of it, but I have to say that I'm exhausted because there've been a lot of meetings and about 5 people show up, and they've been well advertised, and people just don't participate. And they are planning to do all that again now because they don't want this just dumped on people, and it's been a couple of years since they had those meetings. So that is part of the plan from the wastewater committee, is to inform people. I mean, this isn't intended to happen in a vacuum. And they got actually a very good response from the residents when they did the postcard
door
mailing
knocking.
and the door knocking. So, and they, will go around again.
It's
So-
50% of the homeowners and 50% of the business owners, or 51%, have to sign a petition in favor.
Okay, Terry, did you have something to say? Because I sort of could see you looking a little nervous over there.
Tired perhaps, but not really nervous. First of all, my full name is John Metcalf. Everybody here probably knows me as Terry. So whichever I'll answer to. I'm the chairman of the ZBA board, and I would like to say I'm pleased to hear that the Kent Hollow project is somewhere close to finalization. That has been a thorn in my side since way before 2017. And I'm glad to see that something's might be being done about it. I have been chasing this around in circles for as long as I've been the chairman. That's number one. Number two, being that you're chasing that one around, I got another one for you. And that's the highway display sign down next to
R&R?
yeah, where the pines used to be. There's a sign there that has been decided by the ZBA that it is totally illegal. It is too big, and it does not represent a business that is on the property. And yet, for some reason or other, it's in the courts trying to find out who owns the property, which has no bearing on the issue at all. And personally, I stand here because the woman who was in charge of the organization that owns that sign sat in front of me in a room upstairs and said, "Oh, I knew darn well you wouldn't do anything about it. We got the notifications in 2007 that we need to take it down. But we knew you're a small town, so we knew you wouldn't do anything about it." And laughed at me. It still sits in my craw. And I would like to get it, I'd like to get it resolved.
It sticks in my craw too, because I was on the zoning board for a long time.
You certainly were.
And this sign became illegal in 2012, which means it's been this situation for 12 years.
And she wanted 5 years of amortization at the time when we decided that it was illegal. And we said, I don't think so.
There could be a little car accident over there. But aside from that, I think that I've been making an effort with the building department. Mike is out on vacation for a couple of months. Not on vacation, with having surgery.
Knee surgery.
So when he's away, we usually have these consultants from Z3 to do the building department. We requested someone specifically who does zoning, who's going to be coming in, probably not much more than a day a week, but who hopefully can move these things ahead. He asked for a list of what are our 10 most long-standing or impossible to solve zoning cases. So I think he's, kind of planning to come in loaded for bear. We have a new attorney, a new prosecuting attorney. We are going to get a class for the people in the building office and the people in the animal control office who are having a really hard time preparing stuff for court, so they get a training in how to do that, because I just can't believe how long this has gone on, and it makes me furious. And the building inspectors complained about no one taking the building department seriously on zoning stuff, because nothing ever gets anywhere. So I'm really making an effort to change that, because I find it as upsetting as you do.
Well, one of the things that I think I find bothers me is that, yeah, we're a small town, but we have no teeth. What do you do when you've got somebody who just, you've got no way to fight that.
Yeah, another thing is that I think that the fines for zoning in the building department have not been looked at in a long time, and when I looked at, the fine for doing something like that, it's not something that would prevent me from doing it.
Right.
Especially if I were a corporation.
Well, that's what I mean, no teeth.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I
But they
recommend.
haven't even been fined.
Right, because it has to go through the courts. The building inspector
Nothing.
is not able to do it. It's a difficult system, and part of it is that the information that needs to come from the building department, the building department needs to be put in a certain format, and it hasn't been, so I'm hoping that these can be re-examined and sort of started
Well,
up.
Terry, I want to thank you for helping me establish another new goal.
Say again?
I would like to thank you for helping me establish another new goal for 2025.
That is
You're
good.
quite welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, then I'm going to move that we close the meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, the time is 7:23. Supervisor Blackman?
Yes.
Council members Winters?
Yes.
Redlar?
Yes.
Ham?
Yes.
Ahern?
Yes.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.